Ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome once again to my channel. Today, I would like to focus on the element of words and the power of words in creativity. So, it has been said by very many people worldwide that you have to keep quiet and you don't have to talk about your dreams and ideas. Very many people have been saying, oh, you have to keep quiet. Others say, oh, you don't have to talk about anything, that you have to just work quietly and you tell no one and then things will happen. Well, they lied. I'm here to tell you that there is nothing that will happen in your life unless you speak it into existence. I say that again. There is nothing that will happen in your life unless you speak it into existence. Now, there are very many ways of speaking according to the research I have made. One is the verbalization of words using the mouth. You speak a word that another person can hear. Another form of speaking is speaking within your mind. You speak words within your mind, and it is the same type of conveying information that some say you speak the words within your heart. Now, when they talk about the heart, they are not referring to the flesh that pumps blood. They are referring to the center of thoughts, the heart that is talked about when we are in a narrative of ideas and a silent word that I never spoke but I spoke is the one I spoke at the center of my thoughts. So there is a heart that pumps blood, which is flesh, and there is the other heart we don't see, which is known as the center of thoughts. Okay, back to our original discussion of the day. I would like to say that it is practically impossible for you to create anything in this world without speaking it, either by words within your mind or by words that you speak vocally. Now, the one thing that most people are right about is telling the wrong people. Telling the wrong people is not okay. It is not correct, because these are the people who will try to work towards your downfall. But truth is, telling the wrong people is better than telling nobody at all. I'm telling you the truth. According to the Bible, Joseph and his brothers who had evil motives, they wanted to kill him for speaking what he was dreaming, because the dreams of Joseph were annoying his brothers. But had Joseph kept quiet about it, maybe things would not have worked together to bring about the glory we see later in Joseph's life in the Bible. Now, the best position you can be in as a creator, as someone who wants to make things happen, is speaking words in a place where nobody is listening to you. You just speak words. You just speak words. If you don't have anybody to tell, you just find a place, an open place, and you speak words. You speak to yourself. You just speak words into space. Develop a habit of speaking words into space. I am successful. I am a winner. I make it. I overcome. No situation is permanent. No bad situation is permanent in my life. I was born to win. I triumph. I live above human limitations. People's words don't determine me. Say such things to yourself. My dream is coming to pass. My dream is being fulfilled. And then you say that all the money I need to make my dream happen is locating me. All the money is locating me. Speak those words to yourself. There are some people who will speak everything they don't want to happen to them. And you know what? The Bible says, I'm a Bible reader. The Bible says that life and death are on the power of the tongue. That one simply means life has no power and death has no power. But the tongue determines whether whether something is going to have life or to have death. So the words we speak determine whether your idea is dying or living. Determine whether your idea is going to materialize or vaporize. Determine whether your idea will have a starting point or a dying point. The words you speak determine everything. So, assuming maybe you want to start a shop, the words you speak to yourself determine whether that shop will be started or it will never be started. Now, there is something I want us to discuss today, and it is called the law of attraction. There is a law that can attract things to you. But then, your words and your thoughts either will attract the resources and situations and circumstances you need to make something happen, or they will drive the building factors away. When you speak of you not going to school or being uneducated, when you speak of those things, lacking capital, not being educated, not having connections, when you speak of those things and when you think of those things, you are simply directing your mind to attract all those outcomes in your life. Your mind is going to attract the circumstances and situations that connect to your dominant thoughts without you thinking about it. Without you thinking about it, your mind is going to attract your dominant thoughts. Without you thinking about it, if you are thinking about poverty all day long, that is what your mind is attracting. If you are thinking about failing, that is what your mind is attracting. On the other hand, if you are thinking about success and you are thinking about making it, that is what your mind is attracting. Now, focus your mind power on attracting the things you want only in life, and remove your thoughts and words from situations and circumstances that lead to pushing away what you want in life. If it is necessary, all the people who tell you how you will fail should not be on your friendship list. Anybody who cannot encourage you and show you how things are possible is your enemy, regardless of what kind of person that is. I am not saying they want to destroy your life directly, but that is what they are doing indirectly. Regardless of what that person is, anybody who cannot see the possibility of your success sees the possibility of your failure, and they try to convince you into a failing life. And they will show you examples of people who have failed. They will even tell you stories of their friends or themselves of how they tried the same thing and failed. Well, tell them, thank you for sharing, but that is not welcomed right now. I am not me, you are not, I am not. You will tell them, you are not me and I'm not you. So let me try it my way. Now, the only challenge that is there is that in most cases these people are not honest. They will not tell you the successes they registered along the way. They will only share with you failures. And then they want you to base on their weaknesses. To base on their weaknesses so that you can ignore your strengths. How strange can that be? Somebody narrates to you a story of how weak they are in a specific area, and they expect you to disregard your strength in that area and consider every weakness they have told you about themselves. Well, life does not work like that. That is why I say, no matter how much you love someone, the moment they start talking negative in terms of an idea you feel strongly about, shut them down. Maybe politely tell them, please, let's stop that conversation. Or tell them, I have a serious phone call, we shall talk later. Or tell them, I choose not to go in the direction of that conversation. Or you switch the topic. If they bring it back, you switch it. If they bring it back, you switch it, especially if they are older than you. And then, if they insist on the same topic, you find a way of humbly cutting it off and moving out of that environment. Because you do not want this person to plant in you the seeds of failure. And that is how seed is planted. So, in the same way, if you find someone who has succeeded in a field you are trying to enter, and they are talking of how they succeeded, and they are sharing the way they did it, you are attracting. So it is highly recommended for you to stop talking and start listening. When somebody who has been there where you are going is talking, don't talk. Listen. That is the best position to be in. I have been taught from the Bible and from those people who have made it, especially in the line of speaking, motivational speaking, that when somebody is speaking and they have an experience in the area you want to venture in, the best position to do is to keep quiet. When you keep quiet, you start attracting the energy that is radiating from them, the positive energy that flows into all creators and brings to you the ability of becoming what you really want to become. So, the main point today is that your words matter. Your words matter, and they attract to you, your words and thoughts attract to you the kind of energy that you are communicating about. When you speak of success, you will be successful. When you speak successful words, and when negative thoughts come to your mind, replace them with the image of the things you want to see. The mind can pick random images from everywhere, from negative talkers, but you have the capacity to brush them aside and replace them with the kind of picture you want to stay with. Just like you get a remote and change a channel of a TV you don't want to watch, every human being has a capacity of brushing the thought away. It comes back and you brush it off. How? Maybe when a thought comes and you don't want it, immediately you think about, you start picturing in your head what you want. And the habit of automatically replacing all the negative thoughts with good ones is going to keep you attracting the energy that is required for you to build what you want to build. Words and thoughts, They are important in the area of making sure that your idea moves from your head to the paper and into the real life. Because when you speak words, those words, you will meet them tomorrow in the form of an experience. When you think thoughts, those thoughts are going to become things that you will see in your life, in tomorrow's experiences. So it is very important for us to focus our thoughts and our words on the things we want in life, and to disregard every other talker or every other programs that are not related with the things we want in life. It is very important for you as someone who is starting either a project or you are going to start giving a service to some people. It is very important for you to keep your mind focused on that specific area. Assuming maybe you want to venture into the area of communication. Maybe you have a degree in communication, in mass media, and you have never been, maybe you have a degree in journalism, but you have really never tried yourself. You have skills that are untried. You can start simply by interacting with fellow journalists or seeing how professionals do it on TV, and picture yourself in their shoes and create a mental image of yourself in front of microphone, and then you keep yourself in that area. You research about successful journalists and how they do it, and then you listen to documentaries and you learn from people who have experience, and then you take the first step like I told you yesterday, and you initiate your career. Maybe journalism is too big. We have situations in which somebody has never gone to school, they don't know how to speak English, and the only thing they know is how to count money in their mother language. I'm telling you the truth. The most successful businesses in Uganda today are owned by people whom we consider illiterate. Yeah, how do they pronounce that word? Illiterate. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So, what I'm trying to say is that you can still make it even when you have not gone through formal education. You can make it. It is possible. As long as you keep talking to yourself about the possibility of making it and keeping your ideas right, and focusing your ideas on the thing you want most out of life, I am promising you that a time will come and everything will be aligned to work together for your materialization of that idea. Regardless of your level of education or how many times it has not worked in the past, there is still a chance and place and time for everybody under the sun to make it under every circumstance. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like the video, and share it with a friend who may need it. God bless you. We shall meet in the next video, and it was nice that you watched all this to the end, and have a blessed time.